Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram, जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय
जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय
राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम
Om Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Can hear? Should I check up here?
It is there, net has come. We are just switching. Net has come.
Eh?
Net is there somewhere. Hotspot is also. It has come now. Net has come. That is switch on. Yes.
Happy birthday, Swamiji.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari
Hari
Om.
Om, Pranam, Swamiji.
Pranams.
Pranam, Swamiji.
Pranam, Pranam. Hari Om, Pranam.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram, Namaskaram.
Yes.
The normal practice,
Swamiji, Anega Gori Namaskaram, Hari Om.
Hari Om. Please hear, please hear. The normal practice is that when somebody's birthday comes, we all used to use the phrases happy birthday, many, many happy returns of the day, and so on and so forth. Actually, as spiritual children of Papa, there should be an attempt for us to think in terms of universal. You remember what Papa says in the Thus Speaks Ramdas. Microcosm is the macrocosm. Eh? Not hearing? Can you hear?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Yes, Swamiji.
Eh? The microcosm is the macrocosm. Individual is the universal. God dwells in every being and thing, however small in his entirety and perfection. Think not in terms of the individual, but always in terms of the universal. So we may not be able to do it in all fields, but at least when it comes to ours, let us think that we are a part of the whole. We do not exist apart from the universe. Every individual exists only because of the factors other than him or her. So probably today is the day when we can all think about the bounteous gift given to us by God. When we are wishing somebody's birthday, at the same time we should know that as an individual cannot exist. Papa keeps on harping this, and today happens to be the Constitution Day also. That means the universal, no? It was on this day, many of you might remember, immediately after the independence, a constituent assembly was set up, and they made elaborate study as to how the Constitution of India should be drafted. And finally, everything was finalized on 26th November 1949. And on 26th January 1950, it became public and we became Republic of India. So our Magna Carta, our base, our substratum is the Constitution. So suppose we start connecting our birthday with this, we are trying to become universal. No? Not that we have become universal. At least in our mind we try to become expanded. Oh, today is the day when the whole 140 crores of people are there in India. At that time it was 36 or 40 crores. And 75 years we have now gone through. With all its limitations, with all its shortcomings, India has been able to survive because of the Constitution of India. You will also know that along with the rights, duties of a citizen has also been clearly stipulated later, though not on 26th January 1950. So it is very important. This is a very important day for all of us. It happens to be the body came to this world, God willed that the body came on that. So let us try to understand that the importance of the day, it should be more on the Constitution Day. Though people were jokingly taking a lighter vein, we mean it, no? So we will share a few thoughts about this Constitution. Why do we give importance for this Constitution? No? If we go through the preamble, It is a wonderful thing. He says, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all, and finally, fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, enact, and give to ourselves, thus Constitution. It is written by us, it is applicable to us. No? That's the beauty of it. We are represented by the members of the Constituent Assembly, well-meaning people. They have done a lot of deeper, in-depth study on the various constitutions of various countries, and also we were told that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he had consulted all spiritual luminaries and then tried to bring it out, and that is how these 4 points have been beautifully brought out: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. This is the essence of our Constitution. So on this day, we try to remember, how many days and hours and weeks, months they have spent to bring out this, the essence. The essence remains the same even after 75 years. There have been so many constitutional amendments, but the preamble remains untouched, unaffected. Justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. And one more thing we wanted to share. Indian Constitution is the longest in the world. The original Constitution of India was handwritten by Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada in a flowing italic style and beautiful calligraphy. Each page was beautified and decorated by artists from Shantiniketan. The handwritten constitution was signed on 24th January 1950 by 284 members of the Constituent Assembly, which included 15 women. It came into force 2 days later, that is on the 26th January, which came to be known as the Republic Day. Our constitution was inspired by various other constitutions. The original copies are safely kept inside the helium-filed cases in the library of the Parliament. And now, if the Indian Constitution is our heritage, bequeathed to us by our founding fathers, no less are we, the people of India, the trustees and custodians of the values which pulsate within its provisions. A constitution is not a parchment of paper. It is a way of life, has to be lived up to. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, and the final analysis. And in the final analysis, its only keepers are the people. Days Justice H.R. Khanna. And Ambedkar himself says, Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document. It's a vehicle of life. Its spirit is always the spirit of age. So that is why a lot of importance is given for for the day. When we say Constitution Day, because at the moment, though we are world citizens, primarily we are the Indian citizens. We are not contracting ourselves to India, but at the same time, we have to begin somewhere, you know. So I become a world citizen, I become an Indian citizen. I am not constrained only, limited only to India. The discoveries, inventions, and innovations given by various people in various parts of the world, they are all being enjoyed by me. So I am part and parcel of the universe. So Indian Constitution enables us to connect ourselves to the world unwritten Constitution. There is no world Constitution as such, but there is an unwritten Constitution that we are all linked to the universe. The air we breathe is the same air, no? That is there in the extreme north of America or South Africa or any place, you know. The sun equally illuminates. Like that, we keep on thinking about any vegetables, no, anything newly found, immediately it is aired out, and that is why you and I are using it in the form of creature comforts which make our life comfortable. We do not even know where from it has come. So today is the day we connect ourselves with the entire universe. When somebody says happy birthday to you, kindly immediately connect yourself with the universe. Because as an individual, you cannot exist. I cannot exist. Nobody can exist. And it is the day. And what is the importance of the sense of individuality? Sense of individuality is the gateway to liberation. God gave us a platform like this body, so that we are there even to acknowledge that I am an Indian citizen. I need a platform. And this body, the platform is the body, and the body came to this world on that particular day. So we are equally grateful to the Creator for having given us a sense of individuality with the body, mind, intellect complex, and made us to mentally connect ourselves with the rest of the creation, and to develop gratitude toward the Creator as well as the co-creation. Not merely the Creator, who is available to us in the form of co-creations. So that is why every morning, right from morning when somebody telephones, and in the normal way they say, today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. Something that blocks us, you know, immediately. Immediately we say it's a Constitution Day, Constitution Day, Constitution Day. Not that we want to belittle the sentiments of others, not that we want to disrespect the love and affection poured on us by everybody. We are grateful to everybody. We are thankful to everybody. But more than this individual sense, we should also connect ourselves to the universal level. I think that much will do for the day's importance. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swami. Hari Om.
Coming to the prayer again. Yesterday I said I'll read it out, no?
Second letter. You said it is long letter.
One devotee writes, prayer is, please Lord, help me to be I am. No? In the November edition of the Vision, I was attracted by Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj's article, Strive Without Seeking, where love is highlighted. Up to now, individuality, personality, I-ness, mind, ego, and all that goes with it is the one thing I knew for sure about myself. I say, I am Mr. So-and-so, I am your mom, I am your friend. But here Nisargadatta says, I am itself is God. I am is the impersonal being. I am is this person. This impersonal is real. The personal appears and disappears. The consciousness in you and the consciousness in me, apparently two, are really one. Seek unity, and that is love. In this consciousness, love itself is the lover and the beloved. The seeking itself is God. Do not think yourself to be a person. To identify oneself with a particular is all the sin there is. Stop imagining you were born, your parents, you are a body, you will die, and so on. Just to conclude, just try. Make a beginning. It is not as hard as you think. These are the words of Nisargadatta Maharaj. The other day we were sharing, when he was passing through acute pain, devotees decided, he was in Bombay, that we will not disturb him. So he had closed his eyes, and probably because of the bodily suffering, he was not opening his eyes. That's what the devotees thought. And so they murmured to each other, we will not disturb. Immediately Maharaj opened his eyes and he said, oh, you are thinking about the pain. Pain is also he. So to him, it was not, just like Papa says, every thought that emerges. We may be thinking that it is taking away from God thought. It is taking away from spiritual thoughts. But when the moment we start identifying every thought with God, it changes its phases, it transforms. So similarly, Maharaj was able to take everything as a Satya Mahatma has written all these words. You stop identifying yourself with the finite, limited body. It is an inward journey. We don't have to tom-tom. Outwardly, we may behave as an individual, react everything on the individual plane, but at heart, at the subconscious level, let us try to develop this as spiritual children of Papa. We try to develop this dimension. So this has touched and kindled them, and that is why they have written. Another devotee writes, your satsangs about the book In Quest of God has reminded me of the fact that I have to trust in God like a child trusts its mother. My English is not good enough to explain what I mean, but it is about myself. I can usually do it because I am not afraid to do. More than 20 years ago, when I was in deep despair and cried, please God help me, suddenly like a waterfall of cool light in my head, I have got the message without words, always being, always be, nothing can go wrong, there is nothing to be afraid of, everything is good as it is. It was a lightning flash. My fear was instantly gone. But when it comes about my husband or children or grandchildren, I find it difficult. The fear stays. I wish they got this experience. I wish they got that experience too. I don't know if they believe me. They are brought up in a different way. None of them are interested. So you said in the satsang that the personal prayer is the best. I try to do that, but not enough. There were times I started to weep during my meditation, feeling in despair of being separated from God. See? And not worthy enough because I can't get rid of my bad tendencies such as anger, irritation. They keep propping up again and again. I'm aware that I was not steady enough in my sadhana, and I am too easily distracted when I am in worry about my loved ones. Your satsang and mails are a great comfort to me in my battle against my stupid ego. So here also, the struggle, churning is still going on, but God makes them to remember that He is there at the back. But still the struggle will be there, not maybe, will be there. Unless and until we get stabilized in it, the struggle will keep on coming and going. So here is a peculiar instance where the devotee expresses the patting she received from God, and at the same time the areas where she is unable to have control, maintain the equanimity. Another devotee writes, Papa has finally revealed to us the meaning or the purpose of life which we have been searching for so long. They can hear?
Yeah, hotspot is taking.
Through the journey of inquest of God, now we are very clear. The universal vision of the God dimension is the meaning or purpose of life. See, beautiful. The universal vision or the God dimension is the meaning or purpose of life. And now we have the Ram Mantra to stabilize the truth in our life. Thank you, Papa. Thank you all. We don't have any words to express it. Thank you once again. Few words, but very, very touching. Papa has finally revealed to us the meaning or the purpose of life which we have been searching for so long. Through the journey of inquest of God, now we are very clear. The universal vision or the God dimension is the meaning or purpose of life. And now we have the Rama Mantra to stabilize the truth in our life. Thank you, Papa. Thank you all. We don't have any words to express it. Thank you once again. Another devotee writes, fairly long, you said, hand over to him completely. And you know how difficult it is. So this text fell under my eyes, explaining how to renounce to the God inside and how to be united in the one God. Hope there are no misinterpretations. In my original source, I was the origin of my own self. I was a pure being. I was self-knowing. I was pure enjoyer of the truth. What I willed, I was. What I was, I willed. When I went out of my original source of my free will and received my created being, then I had a God in me, not a God in himself. I prayed to get back to my original source. In that state, he, the poor man, Let God accomplish his work as he wills. Eckhart indicates three means to be empty. A poor man wants nothing, free from his own will. As long as a man has the will to fulfill the will of God, he still has the will to satisfy God's will. True poverty is to be free from one's own will, free from longing for eternity, the way it was being before. A poor man wills nothing, desires nothing. Strangely, Swami, deep down, it does not seem foreign. Often I find myself asking, what is it that do you want? Up to now, no clear answer. A poor man knows nothing. A poor man wants nothing. A poor man knows nothing. A poor man has nothing. These are the three words. He does not know what he does not live. At last, God and the Spirit are one. And this is the purest poverty that one can find. May God help us to live forever in this truth. Amen. It is subjective. We have to apply a lot of our mind on these aspects. One devotee has requested to you through this email for explaining once more what has been narrated in yesterday's Satsang about Mataji's understanding or reverence of Papa instead of Ram. And also he would like to know more about reference of Papa brings a feeling of nearness of him. Mataji, in the first chapter of Guru's Grace, there's a coincidence. As you know, the In Quest of God is the first book of Papa. In Quest of God is the first book of Papa. Before starting the first chapter, Papa introduces who is Ram. The first article, the love, the truth, the goal of human perfection. No? O Ram, Ram stands for the truth, the love, the goal of human perfection. And in that article he says, don't worry, I have got it here. Then he says, Ram is the subtle and mysterious power. And that is why he keeps on addressing to Ram the indwelling and all-pervading reality. So Mataji is saying similarly, Mataji introduces the word Papa as we have understood it now. It is equal. Wherever Papa has used the word Ram, Mataji uses the word Papa. Let us not confuse. So she says, O kindness incarnate Papa, as I went on reciting Ram Nam, the remembrance of my relatives came to me with added force. To get over this hurdle, you asked me to take whatever thought that arose in me as Ram himself. That's what Papa said. Whenever I thought of God as Ram, I felt God was far away from me. But when I thought of God as Papa, I felt his nearness. By this practice, after some time, I realized that all my relatives are yourself, and the thoughts about them as such disappeared. Then I looked upon everybody as you alone. I got the vision to behold you as everyone and everything. So this she placed before Papa. So the meaning is, when at the initial stage, when the word Ram was introduced in Kasaragod ashram, we are inferring because Mataji joined Papa in 1928 at the Kasaragod ashram. There Papa put her on severe test and gave her, I think that also was explained, in 1928 you awakened in me a strong urge to become one with your eternal being, and I came to you. After passing 1 year in your holy company, I appealed to you to initiate me with the Rama mantra. All compassionate as you are, you gave me the most sacred mantra. You then advised me to stop reading any kind of books, to give up the use of the rosary while repeating the mantra, and to discontinue the worship of images. Instead, you counseled me to look upon all beings and creatures in the world as Ram, and to consider the service rendered to any one of them as service and worship of Ram himself. So that is how Mataji's sadhana begins. And then when she was finding it difficult to bring in the word Ram, because the moment she thinks Ram is outside, Ram is a power outside, Ram is a power outside, then when she felt Papa, her identification with that word Papa has become so intimate that wherever Papa used Ram, if it is substituted with Papa, everything is okay. So this she put it up before Papa himself, and Papa specifically asked, if you mean the same thing, you can use it. That is why later on Mataji used to define Papa as the Nirguna, Nirvikara, Nirakara, Shashwata, Ananda, Swarup. All impersonal. And he has also come in the form of. Because the impersonal aspect we should somehow bring in. So when Mataji started using the word Papa, especially for a beginner who has not gone deep into Mataji's words of wisdom or Papa's words of wisdom, suddenly may form an opinion that it is restricted to that form. Initially, we need a form to go to the formless. Just like any other deity, we can also have our Guru's form. But at the same time, Mataji was able to maintain the same relationship to the form as well as to the formless. This aspect somehow did not strike to us. Though Mataji tried many a times during her satsang, that when the word Papa stands for the all-pervading, omnipresent, what is that? Chidanji Maharaj wrote an article where, devotees, probably he felt Gurudev Swami Shivanji Maharaj, he is identified only in Shivanandashram. So in one of his articles he has mentioned about it. So we substituted that Gurudev's word to Papa's. Beloved Papa's presence, is it beloved Gurudev's presence, is not only confined to the bhajan hall or homa mandir. There is it not Ananda Kudir or Shivanandashram. He is not only all pervasive in this holy Anandashram, in this Shivanandashram, but it lives and moves in and through us. Beloved Papa's presence is not only confined to the bhajan hall, the homa mandir, is not only all pervasive in this holy ashram, Anandashram, but it lives and moves in and through us. We carry His presence when we adhere to truthfulness. We carry His presence when we are kind, considerate, compassionate. We carry His presence when we refuse to swerve even 1 inch from the path of purity. We carry His presence vibrantly, dynamically, forcefully when we live our life in a divine manner, with a determination, humble intention, firm resolve, and all sincerity and earnestness. When we are trying to pursue a divine way of living in thought, word, and deed, we are manifesting beloved Papa. We are a vibrant center of that which the world knows as beloved Papa Swami Ramdas. We become a lamp through which His light shines. We become the vessel to hold the living waters of His spirituality, His sublime spiritual teachings. Let us not therefore confine beloved Papa Swami Ramdas to the bhajan hall, to the home mandir, to the Anandashram. Make ourselves a vehicle of His living presence so that by our life, others also become awake and illumined. They feel His divine presence through our life, and their life is also divinized. We move amongst this world of men as the candle, imparting our light to anyone whom God brings us in contact with. And finally, Mataji's own words, omnipresent Papa's ashram means the whole universe. It is to enable us to learn this that this ashram was established by beloved Papa. There are two Papa used here, no? One is omnipresent Papa. Omnipresent Papa's ashram means the whole universe. It is to enable us to learn this, that this ashram was established by beloved Papa. So the omnipresent Papa, through beloved Papa, established this ashram for enabling us to widen our vision. And to feel His presence everywhere. So this is impersonal aspect of Papa. We should be very clear about it. And Mataji, when we read this with this perspective, the whole of Guru's grace, it will become very, 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 very clear. She is weaving both the Saguna and Nirguna aspect in a beautiful way. Every chapter, religiously, she will start the address. Oh, beloved Papa, not mere, with some attributes. Initially, we did not understand why. But later on, we come to know that that is necessary. Every para. Oh, Sadguru, oh, birthless and deathless Papa. So, birthless and deathless Papa, that means what? Impersonal, no? Oh, Papa, the ocean of compassion. Oh, Papa, the embodiment of kindness. Oh, Papa, the lover of the humble. Oh, limitless Papa, limitless Papa. See, she has been able to weave in this, both the Saguna and the Nirguna aspects. So that there is no confusion. Oh, all-pervading Papa. Oh, the Divine Mother Papa. Oh, you are indeed compassion personified. Oh, kindness incarnate Papa. Oh, kind and loving Papa. Oh, compassionate Papa. My all-permeating Papa. Infinite Papa. Oh, Sadguru. Compassion personified Papa. Again, no para starts without this address. To make us know the impersonal aspect equally. That is why she said, if we were asked to read 11 times, by the time we read, we must have started tasting the Nirguna Swabhav, Nirguna Tattva. And she says, that will enable us to go inward. This is what exactly Mataji wanted all of us to do. So when she addressed Papa, normally we may confuse ourselves, but here it is not like that. So this devotee has asked to again explain, so that is why we thought of going back again. When you take up this Guru's grace with this perspective, it will become clearer and clearer. It's already 4:45 now. Who is singing?
Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna.
Sri Krishna ji. Now we will have one bhajan of Sri Krishna ji. He is all pervading. He is also here, but he is all pervading. Yeah. That is what we spiritual aspirants do. இருக்கும் இடத்தை விட்டு இல்லாத இடம் தேடி எங்கெங்கோ அலைகிறாய் ஞானத்தங்கமே. தமிழில் தெரியும். We will reach out to the Lord. The Lord doesn't.
We will reach out to the Lord.
அவர் பாடினாதான் வருவார். கிருஷ்ணா முகுந்தா முராரே, ஜெய கிருஷ்ணா முகுந்தா முராரே. வாங்க சுவாமி.
Only if we sing, he will come and he says Krishna.
What is the song?
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Ekatattva Nama.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram,
Shri
Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri 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 Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Sri Ram Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai 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 Jai Ram. I am to sing bhajan by Sant Jnaneshwar. Just I'll explain what the meaning. The theme. Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, you chant Ram Nam with full of devotion, and Hari, the Lord, will have full compassion for you. And the name is very simple and easy. That by chanting Ram Nam, chanting the name, Lord's name, your throat will choke. There's nothing else but the name. There's nothing else in the world than the name. Jnandev observes Mauna while chanting Japa inwardly. Om Shri Ram Deva. Well known among by Sant Jnaneshwar. एक तत्व नाम हरिमाना एक तत्व नाम हरिमाना हरि श्री करुणा लीला तुझे हरि श्री करुणा लीला तुझे तेरे नाम सुपेरे राम कृष्ण गोविंद तेरे नाम सुपेरे राम कृष्ण गोविंद 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 तेरे नाम सुपेरे राम कृष्ण गोविंद वादेशी सद्गदा जपे आदि वादेशी सद्गदा जपे आदि एक तत्व नाम गणधर माना एक तत्व नाम गणधर माना नामा परते तत्व नागिले अन्यथा नामा परते तत्व नागिले अन्यथा वाया आणि का पंथा वाया वाया आणि का पंथा वाया जाशी धडी वाया आणि का पंथा वाया जाशी धडी हे नाम सोपेले राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद हे नाम सोपेले राम कृष्ण गोविंद ज्ञानदेव मौन ज्ञानदेव मौन जपमाळ अंतरी ज्ञानदेव मौन जपमाळ अंतरी धरुणी श्रीहरी धरुणी श्रीहरी जपे सदा धरुणी श्रीहरी जपे सदा एक तत्व नाम गणधर माना एक तत्व नाम गणधर माना हरि श्री करुणा लीला तुझे हरि श्री करुणा लीला तुझे हे नाम सोपेले राम कृष्ण गोविंद हे नाम सोपेले राम कृष्ण गोविंद 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 राम कृष्ण गोविंद
राम कृष्ण गोविंद
राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद
कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद
राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद
राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद
राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद राम कृष्ण गोविंद
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om.